You were on an episode of Undercover Boss.
Yeah.
We're going to see a little bit of it here, but I want to
Nice.
ask you while we're watching it, what did you learn from that experience?
You know, Undercover Boss was such a cool experience. I would definitely recommend it for other people. But it was a different learning for me than I think it was a lot of other people who go undercover, because I grew up in those positions. So I didn't get in the frontline jobs and go, oh my gosh, I had no idea how hard this was. I knew pretty well how difficult frontline work is, but I was reminded specifically at Cinnabon how young our employees are. They're 16, 17. It's their first job in a lot of cases. And so I was reminded what an important role our franchisees play in making a positive difference in their lives, setting them up for success. You know, at some point, I had a first job in the restaurant business. I was 16, and those managers, the opportunities they gave me, the lessons they taught me, I still use in the boardroom today.
So what do you say to those young employees then? Do you give them any bits of encouragement that you remember from hearing when you were 16 and just starting out?
I do. In fact, there was a young employee named Myra that I worked with on the show, and she was 19, and she was literally like a little drill sergeant. She was bossing me around the bakery, pushing me into the counter, and when I would say something, she would say, no, that's not right, do it this way. And she really reminded me of me as a young trainer. And when we sat down for what's called, you know, the reveal, where I come out and say, this is really who I am, I could barely hold back the tears, because I looked at her and said, you know, with your heart and with your attitude, you can do anything, literally anything. And I heard that a lot growing up, and I was crazy enough to believe it, but I really do think the people who told me that believed it too. And I don't know that young people that are moving up in any industry, I don't think they hear it enough. They hear all the things they can't do. They look around and they hear other people talking about all the things that they themselves are not able to accomplish, and it waters down what should otherwise be a really killer level of excitement at that time in their lives.